Hey, what's poppin', everybody? Friday morning vlog.
Every day reaching for the light. And you know that's a long way ahead of you. But when your will gets you there, things will turn out right.
Hey, what's popular, everybody? We are back with the Bandai SHFiguarts Iron Man Tony Stark with Tony's Power Stage. Hey, big ups goes to Alex Blast from agelessgeeks.com. He hooked me up with this. Alex is the man when it comes to these import figures. You feel me? Check him out, yo. Check him out. He's on Facebook. He's online. That's agelessgeeks.com. Hey, so, take a look at the packaging. Ooh, packaging is Tony Stark on the front. Got the glove in his hand. Got the little picture on the side. And the ooh. Got the foot. Ooh. You got the hand. Ooh. Face go. Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool. So as you're getting to unpackaging him, right, or unpacking him, as it were, you got a few clam trays here, right? You got a few trays here, right? This one holds his little Tony Stark powered stage, right? And then, of course, you got Tony with all of his Iron Man bits, pieces, and accessories. The Tony figure himself is he's pretty decent. It's pretty good, man. He's got some little weird things here and there. Like he seems to have this awkward stance that he's always in because these pits are separate, right? And you can see how it's kind of like slanted. Like he's got attitude. And what it is that his shirt bit here, the bottom part is rubber, is getting caught on top of the pants or jeans, right? And it causes it to get that lean. He doesn't have that periscope like you get out of like Dragon Ball. He doesn't have that periscope like you get out of Dragon Ball Z figures. Like, check this out. Yeah, he doesn't have that periscoping bit, right? So it's a little bit difficult to get that stance right. So what you got to do is make sure that you adjust and have the jean bits here, as you can see it going up under the shirt. But even then, it's still got like a weird little stance to it. So you kind of got to fiddle with it as you do. But really, it's kind of how Robert Downey Jr. stands anyways, right? So from head to toe, the Tony Stark figure is quite remarkable. The sculpt, the coloring, the texturing, the choice of colors and paints. It's really great, and I love what they're doing as far as like highlights in the hair just to bring it to life. When we get up close on the face sculpt, you can really see that they capture Robert Downey Jr. Quite well. That hair sculpt is pretty dope. These areas here on his little shirt deal are textured. You can feel the texture. They are lifted like scaly little bits there, right? And then this is a nice colored stamp here they have for his arc deal in his chest, right? These lines here are lifted up so you can actually feel them, along with the wrinkle bits here in his abs, as well as here in his chest area there. Nice work on the back with detail there. It's just a lot of texture, a lot of work went into this. So, but oh, that funny stance, right? I think this part here, this rubber part here, is just a bit too long. Now, I want to point this out right quick. And I do this for two reasons. One, you can see Tony's scale with Black Widow, and she's a little bit taller than him, even in the movies, I do believe, if I remember correctly. And you do get that here. So you can see where SHFiguarts even gets it down to the scale, right? Well, actually, there's a little bit of gapping there, but she still would be a little bit taller than him. All right, and then the other thing that I wanted to point out is here you got a soft rubber, right? A soft plastic or a soft rubber here, which helps the movement and stops his hip area from being hindered when you want to do kneeling poses and such. Now, this figure, which really would be a more agile character, they went with the hard cot area or crotch area or midsection, whatever you want to call it. And I just really don't get that choice. I don't get that at all. I don't understand why that went that way. I would have thought they would use a soft one here as well. Like I said, even in my review of Black Widow, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I pointed out there, like, I just don't get why they would make that choice there. But I guess they have their own secrets to their madness, and they're not willing to share it. Moving down the figure, you get more detail in the leg bit there with the creases in the jeans, the wrinkles and stuff, just to make it look more like an actual fabric. And then you have his sneaker there, his Tony sneakers with a little bit of toe articulation. You get the rotation here in the ankle, not much as far as maneuverability like you would see in the rest of the figures, but you do get a good range of motion. You get the single joint there for the knee. You get that standard SHFiguarts ball in a cup inside of the upper thigh, and then you have this shirt piece over the what has to be a long pin with the ball going in here, and probably the same thing here with the swivel up there, right? This part here is hard. It's not soft at all. So. And then here in the forearms, you get some decent bends there, right? You got the one SHFiguarts deal there as far as the socket, the joint goes, right? So, I mean, all in all, very that stance is just really wild, dude. But all in all, very well sculpted figure, great articulation. Something that I'm having a hard time with getting past with this one, with a lot of figures that I've seen from them so far in this Avengers lineup, and I don't know why I haven't come to accept it yet. I mean, it is pretty much standard practice, but no swivel here, and that's really bothering me. Like it, because when you take a look at, say, what they do with Dragon Ball Z figures and their other figures, right? You got that swivel, right? So I don't understand why they don't give that swivel on the Avengers figures. I just really don't get it. Just take a closer look at his face sculpt right quick, because I want to rob you of that opportunity. The hair sculpt is on fire with the highlights. Looks like he's got a little bit of caramel in there. That's funny. It's quite funny. All right, let's get down to you can see his little sculpt work on his jean pockets. He's got so much attitude, so much attitude. He comes with these holding something hands that clearly are made to hold something, but because there's nothing for him to hold, I guess you could have him make this face like, is that land over there, the binocular hands maybe? He comes with these judo chop hands, which I like to think is an homage to Robert Downey Jr. himself, who is a big fan of like Wing Chun, Kung Fu, and martial arts of all sorts. Key, y'all! Before we go into his actual Iron Man bits, I want to point something out. These pegs are, as always, very small and, in my opinion, very delicate. So when changing out your hands and such, be careful, people. Be careful. You see the hole, you see the peg, boy meets girl, get it in, but be careful. Pops on, pretty stable, pretty firm. Seems pretty solid. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. But I mean, I'm just saying, I wouldn't push it. Be careful. Okay, from here we get into the cool stuff. Now let's start attaching this to these Iron Man pieces on, right? So here we have the forearm and closed fist Iron Man part, right? I want you to notice that on this one you have a full range of movement here, because it is on the peg, and you can pop it off. These pegs are, I think, even smaller, maybe the same as the others, but I don't know, they just seem a little more fragile to me, so be careful, right? And you do have the flap here. The color is nice. Really resembles Iron Man. Not quite as detailed as the Iron Man figures would be, but still, it's pretty nice. You can even see it here on the closed fist there. Now you can take this piece off. Now you can't put the Iron Man hand, which is like, say, this spare Iron Man hand, on the regular palm. I don't think. Yeah, I wouldn't risk pushing that on too tight, right? You can't really do it because it's just a little bit, the hole's just a little bit too small, right? So it's built specifically for this. And that's a quick exchange of pieces. And you do have that little flap right there, open hand. Now, I wish you could get more range of motion out of these, because they don't really give you a lot of range of motion in the wrists on these. And I wish there was a little more paint here to, like, mimic, like, say, a pulse or something like that. Or at least, how about a peg hole so you could peg in the blaster there from the other Iron Man hand. Now, is it possible to put... Oh, we'll get into it, man. I'm getting ahead of myself, right? So here you go. You have that hand. Let's get into the feet, see how cool that looks. And for those of you who've never actually fiddled around with these and still like deciding on if you want to mess with Figuarts and how you even do that if you did do it, you pull this bit off here from the base of the joint. That gives you a better look at what the joint looks like. And then there's a hole inside of here, and you just kind of slide it in. It's a really snug fit, but it goes in just fine. All right, so now we're all Iron Man extra parts up, right? And now he's looking cool, man. Look like he's ready to test some equipment. Oh, yeah. Do some Tony testing of equipment. So before we go any further, let's get that stage ready. So here's your stage inside of the clam. Or the tray or whatever. Just gonna pop that bit open there. And then you got your little 3 pieces here. Okay, so right here you have the center stage bit, right? Hollow up under, you see you got a hole here, then you got a no hole, then you got a hole, no hole, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's what I'm going to advise that we do to get this thing going along. Under here, you see you have 2 little pegs right there, right? So, I mean, it's kind of like simple, but I mean, just, you know, sometimes people need a little bit of extra help, right? So you're just going to put those together on there. Come around the back bit here. Back bit here. Flip this down so you can see it. I'm going to peg those in too. If you mess up, it's okay. It comes right apart. It's not magnetic. Could have been magnetic, but it's not. All right, there we go. That's the base portion of the stage. Going to take this bit right here. You can see you got a tri-axis, right? There we go. And there's your stage. Now it's actually pretty secure. I have the, like I said, I have the Hot Toys one, right? I was trying to do some stuff, and it's quite different. But this is a cool little stage, right? It's a cool little stage. See what you're trying to do, and you can put your Iron Man on top of it right here like that. Your Tony Stark. Look at that. Tony's on top of his power stage. Okay, what SHFiguarts is doing is they're going to do a whole hall of armors, right? And you have each little Iron Man hall or containment center, and you'll be able to place them around this thing, right? And I think that'll look pretty cool. But here's my thing. This shit right here is kind of weak. I mean, it's cool for what it is coming with the figure and everything like that, but it's kind of weak, right? So what I advise you do, give them a real power stage. This is what I'm talking about. So this is the Hot Toys one, right? As you can see, it's considerably bigger, right? Now, true enough, it's far larger than the scale of the figure, right? But consider this, right? With this, and then you add those other little things you're going to get from them, the little suit of armor things, right? Around it. Now you got a real display. Because, I mean, look at the size comparison, right? Yeah, it's not quite right. Not quite right. And then you hit the little button back here. And now we got some lights. Yeah, buddy. That's what you want when you talk about doing some Iron Man Hall of Armors and stuff like that, right? So this is what I'm liking. This is what you want to get, right? And then as you build your suits of armors, you know what I'm saying? You can just kind of like have them standing all around them. And now, I know you're asking yourself, hey, Mike, I can't really afford to pay for all them SHFiguarts halls of armors. Them joints is $100. What can I do? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share a few secrets with you, right? So what you do is you get you a big box full of Iron Man armors, right? Marvel Legends status, right? Cool, right? You get yourself some of these little Gundam chain base accessory things, right? They're kind of like little stands. Cost a few dollars, and they're perfect for actually for Gundam, but they're perfect for looking like little arms, right? That those arms, remember those arms that take the crap off of Tony, little robot pieces off of Tony, right? Little Iron Man pieces. Oh no, he just fell. Oh crap! And in this way, you get your little makeshift mechanical arms. Now, Hot Toys do sell a set like of that full-blown thing that like de-armors Tony. It's a good bit trying to catch it loose, right? It's like around $100, $200 something dollars. It's pretty expensive. It might have dropped down in price since the last time I seen it, but I'm just saying we're doing it on a budget right here. So you grab a few of your Iron Mens, right, and you start plugging them into the scene, being sure to put your favorite SHFiguarts Iron Mens, right, Iron Menses in place first, right? Now, I'm just saying, if you're using your Iron Man, SHFiguarts Iron Man, say you only got one, and you're using that one for your SHFiguarts Avengers display, then hey, don't worry. Just take them on out the picture. Don't even worry about that shit. It's not an L. It's not an L at all. And I'm going to show you why. Plugs into 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a bunch more in the box. I'm not digging all that shit out. I'm just pulling these out to show you that you can actually, if you want to hook your display up, you can actually use your Marvel Legends Iron Man armors for your actual display, and it blends perfectly, it scales perfectly with old Tony there, right? And then if you really want to get snooty with it, you can get your little BS table. This is a true BS table. I have another one, but I don't try to explain shit to you guys. I'm just saying, you get your BS table, right? You hit up the eBay, right? And you get your little baggie like this, right? That has like the little, this is all from the Hot Toys joint, right? It's got like the little Iron Man suit blueprints, right? And it's got like multiple ones, right? So then, of course, you can just lay it on your table like that, right? I'm just messing around right now. I'm just trying to give you a quick one on how you can hook it up real fast. You got your little Tony Stark magazine, this stuff is getting to be too big for this actual table, but it's all good because it just looks cool, right? As you're putting everything together, right? All right, and then you take, like, let's say one of your spare Iron Man heads there, such as this one, and you put that on the table like so. That same little deal also comes with some little wire bits there, right? All right. And then you go to any Hobby Lobby, any random Hobby Lobby, and you can get you like a little random tool kit, right? But some of these tools might appear to be too big, right, for your Iron Man's hands, right? A little hammer there, right? But here's the deal. You just try to put together a quick little display. So it really don't even fucking matter. And then, now this table is a piece of bullshit, but you can go to any Hobby Lobby and grab a few different, you have a few different options for like furniture and stuff like that, like tables and stuff like that. And then even toolkits and all of that shit, right? So just that quick, you got yourself a fresh little Iron Man setup, right? A little Tony Stark mechanic setup, right? With your little tables and all that crap. You got your little Iron Man set up here. You can paint these joints down, and you got your Hall of Armor. So yeah, this is just me showing you a quick way to hook up your little Iron Man display. Now, keep in mind, you can do this with the small table that he comes with. It's just going to be like small, but all this shit will be actually flat on the ground. I personally like this better because you have the graded little floor bit here, right? And then if you build your armor storage bays around it, and then you guys can't see my hands. Let me see if I can scale out a little bit. We're going off tripod. Okay, so I personally like this big one because you have the graded floor deal here, right? And then you have the option of standing armors up on it if you want to, or make it like a whole workspace, right? Just for like diorama purposes, right? And then it has these little hoses and stuff that come out, these little wires and stuff like that. And then of course it lights up. And then if you want, you could build your armor storage bays around it and build them up high, right? So you can stack. So depending on how many armors you got, you can stack them all inside of it and run LEDs through it. And I'm actually going to I've been throwing an idea around for a while, so I think I'll go ahead and actually finish it up, and I'll shoot it this weekend, and then I'll throw the video up. Let me know what you think, dude. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun with this one. I had a whole lot of fun with this one. Remember, you can get these Hot Toys stand-in pieces here, and a lot of diorama pieces off of eBay. And then, of course, you can also check some of the 1/6 scale and 1/12 scale groups on Facebook, as well as hit Hobby Lobby up for some of their diorama pieces as well. They have plenty of furniture stuff. If you go to Hobby Lobby, make sure you do you go online and get the 40% coupon before you check out, right? All right, that's enough blabbing for me. I hope I gave you guys enough tips and a lot of tips, tricks, and secrets and ideas that you may have had or may not have had. Until next time, out of here, Iron Man. Hold on. Pegs in the bottom. You can plug in those little propulsion bits from the other Iron Mans you got earlier. All right, now I'm out of here. Out of here.